Hello everyone, I am Anuja Sharvastav and I welcome you all in class 7 physics class. Today I will start the third chapter of physics and the name of that chapter is elements, compound and mixture, in which we will study about these things. But today we will study about the elements, representation of elements, compounds and representation of compounds. So let's start the first topic, elements. So when we are just thinking about the word element, what is element? It is always related with the things matter, that is matter is made up of the tiny atoms, and that is also related with the element. So element, it is a pure substance, it is a pure substance that cannot be further broken down into simpler substance by any physical or chemical method. That means element वो सब्सटेंस होता है जिसको चाहे किसी भी फिजिकल मेथड से ट्रीट किया जाए, चाहे किसी भी केमिकल मेथड से, बट इट कैन नॉट बी broke down into the simpler substances. That means an element is a pure substance which cannot be broken down into simpler substance by physical and chemical method. Now, till now 118 elements are there. That means whatever the things are there, that is made up of these 118 elements. Out of 118 elements, 92 elements are naturally present and 26 elements are made in laboratory. That means this way the elements are present and they help to make the things. Now let's see how these elements are represented. So for representation of elements we are just using the names. For representing the elements, some rules are there and you can say some rules are going to be used, just like first is there to represent the name of an element. First two letters are used. First or second. That is, first or second letters are used. For the first letter I am giving you example over here. Suppose the element is hydrogen. These are utilized by the English word hydrogen, and for hydrogen the symbol is H. If we are asking about the carbon, for carbon symbol is C. If we are discussing about the oxygen, for oxygen symbol is O. Now let's see the letter with the first and second both name. That means कि both the words are utilized. So why these things happen? Because some element having the same name, same. Just suppose hydrogen starts with the H and helium, it also starts with the H. So we cannot give it over here H also. That's why the first two letter has been taken and the symbol for helium is He. Same here, the carbon is with the C. So here we are taking the chlorine. In chlorine we will take the Cl here. Now next take the another word, cobalt. For cobalt we can take CO. For chromium we can take Cr. That means in this way we can use the first and second both letter for determining the symbols of an element. Now the another rule. Some symbols of element are also given by using the German, Greek and Latin word. Some symbols are utilized by using the German, Greek and Latin word, just like if you are using the iron. So the symbol for iron is Fe, and this was derived by the other language, that is the ferrum. That means this ferrum is the another name of in the another language. Next is the gold. The symbol for gold is Au, and it is from the other word, that is the aurum. That means in this way we can also denote the symbols of an element by using the Greek, Latin and German words. These are only 2 or 3 examples. Now let's move toward the another topic, that is the compound. So when we are going to discuss about the compound, how we can denote the term compound, I already discussed these things with you. Compounds are the pure substances which are formed when 2 or more elements combine together. These are pure substances and formed when 2 or more elements join together. That means more than one element are going to form the compound. Just like suppose water. To water, it is the molecular formula of water is H2O. That means it is having 2 elements. What are these 2 elements? Hydrogen and oxygen. That means the molecules of water is made up of 2 different elements, and that's why these are the pure substances, because element already I told you these are also pure substances. Now let's move toward the representation of compounds. Now, when we want to represent the compound or molecules, that means our molecules of a compound can be represented by the molecular formula. They are having the specific molecular formula that helps to represent the compound, and for this one complete organization is given the name, and the name of that organization is IUPAC, and the full form of this IUPAC is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. What is the full form of IUPAC? International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. By this organization, the different moleculars, different compounds can be represented. I am going to tell you some examples. Suppose here compound, element, molecular formula, now first compound, suppose I had taken the table salt which we are using. So the table salt, it is having the elements of sodium and chlorine. The molecular formula for this table salt is NaCl, and the common name for this molecular formula is sodium chloride. Okay, now take the another example. Suppose we will take the example of sugar, which is also known as the glucose. In sugar, the compounds are there: carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. The molecular formula is C6H12O6, and if we will discuss about the name is D-glucose. Let's see the another example, water, which is very necessary for us. For water, the elements are hydrogen and oxygen, and the molecular formula is H2O. And what is the name of this? That is the hydrogen oxide. So this is all about the representation of compounds. So once I recall you again, today we studied about the elements, representation of elements, compounds and representation of compounds. This is very important topic. This chapter is very important for you. So watch this video till end so that you will understand the things. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.